The Lakers were underdogs last night against the Clippers for good reasons. The Lakers were on the second night of a back-to-back, having traveled in from Sacramento, and a close game. So guys played deep into the fourth, and they were without LeBron James. Plus, the Clippers are good. Their net rating this season, 1.6, is basically even with the Lakers, 1.8. Some Lakers fans couldn't get their head around all of that and booed their team after Friday night's 118-107 loss to their Staples Cen roommates. The Lakers did give up an ugly 22-0 run in the second half. Clippers big man Montrezl Harrell, he of the awesome kamikaze-style tied-off headband who had a dozen points off the bench and remains near the front of the sixth Man of the Year conversation, was waving his arms encouraging the boos after the game. Then he went on a rant demanding some respect after the game, via Young Masoka of ESPN. "I love it," Harrell said of hearing the boos. "Because they already don't recognize us as a so-called LA team, but we don't really care about that. But we want y'all to know that we're the LA Clippers. That means Los Angeles Clippers, man. So there's two teams in LA. Y'all try to overlook us, just because of everybody in that purple and gold and the history of it. Yeah, I respect that. But that don't mean S to me. Excuse my French, that don't mean nothing to me. I come out here and play for the guys that I am on the floor with. At the end of the day, y'all gonna have to recognize us, man. We are going to make you understand who we are. The Clippers deserve respect. A team with a lot of question marks coming into this season, mostly about health but also the roster fit, has answered them for Coach Doc Rivers, who is in the Coach of the Year conversation. Tobias Harris has quietly had an impressive season, averaging 21.1 points per game with the kind of true shooting percentage, 61.1, usually reserved for guys who just shoot in the paint. Danilo Gallinari has had a bounce-back season and is averaging 19.5 a night. Lou Williams is in the sixth-man conversation, again, with Harrell, averaging 18.5 a game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been impressive as a rookie. We could go on and on, but you get the point, the Clippers are legit. They're in the playoff mix in the crowded West, currently the 4 seed. They deserve respect. But in Los Angeles, with the Lakers, they will always be the other team, that's just the reality. The Lakers are Los Angeles and have too long and too deep a history in the community. Even when the Clippers are better, it will be about the Lakers in LA. This all goes back to the first meeting between the Bucks and Knicks this season. New York's Mario Hezonja threw down a dunk Giannis Antetokounmpo could not block, then stepped over the Greek Freak. To which Antetokounmpo responded next time he would punch Hezonja in the nuts if he tried that again. Enes Kanter, the Knicks' designated enforcer, got in Antetokounmpo's face in Thursday's game after knocking him down on a drive to the rim. That got Kanter ejected. After the game, Kanter called out Antetokounmpo and it went back to the first game, via Mark Berman of the New York Post. "I was very pissed because what kind of player are you? Did he not get any PR lesson?" Kanter said. "You cannot say to the media, I'm going to punch somebody in the whatever. If you're the best player in the world or the worst player in the world, you cannot be talking about my teammate like that. It's very childish of him. He's an MVP candidate. He's a cool dude and carrying that franchise, but you can't be talking about my teammates like that. He's the golden boy," said Kanter, who went nose-to-nose with LeBron James last season. "He's the golden child. I'm not trying to fight against superstars and all-stars. It just happens. If it was something else, I would have gone after somebody else. Obviously, he's the golden child and they gave me 2 technicals. Okay. Whatever, I'm going to leave the management to take care of all that stuff." Kanter also wanted Bucks assistant coach Darvin Ham fined because Ham was the one who separated Kanter and Antetokounmpo because Ham pulled Kanter back. Kanter felt the Bucks assistant coach should not be touching him. The NBA league office is reviewing the play, but they tend not to fine coaches who break up scuffles. The Bucks swept the home-and-home with the Knicks on Christmas Day and Thursday. For much of the season, Washington's John Wall has tried to play through heel pain. He only missed 2 games because of it, but the issue has slowed him and his efficiency has dropped this season, as has his effort at points. And with that, the Wizards are 13-23 and well out of the playoffs. Wall missed Friday night's Washington loss to Chicago and saw a specialist about his heel, and now he is considering surgery, according to multiple reports, a story broken by Candace Bucker of The Washington Post, and confirmed by Chase Hughes of NBC Sports Washington. Developing, after consulting with a foot specialist. If he does go forward with the procedure, he will miss 6 to 8 months, the Post has learned. Kiss Buckner, at Candace Ed Buckner, December 29, 2018. Wall has been dealing with this issue for years, but it has reached an intolerable state this season. In spite of playing on a bum-left heel, Wall has averaged 20.7 ppg, 8.7 apg and 3.6 rpg. These numbers are comparable to last season, when he made a 5th All-Star team. https://t.co/23 and DCP. Candace Buckner, at Candace Ed Buckner, December 29, 2018. If John Wall elects to have the surgery, he will miss the remainder of the 2018-19 season and will need the majority of the off-season to get work back into conditioning. You have to wonder with a Team Wall are weighing multiple opinions before making final decision. At Candace Ed Buckner first. Chase Hughes, at Chase Hughes NBC's, December 29, 2018. According to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, Wall is expected to have the surgery. Wizards star John Wall is planning to undergo season-ending surgery on his left heel, league sources tell at Windhorst Espin and Me. Doctors have recommended that he undergo the surgery soon. Adrian Wojnarowski, at Wojespin, December 29, 2018. Wall missed 41 games last season with a knee issue and didn't want to sit out this season. However, the heel pain was clearly impacting his game. Wall is shooting just 30.2% from 3, has an 18.5 per. That would be his lowest since his sophomore season. More concerning, with the pain we have seen, half-hearted cuts and effort off the ball on offense and defensive struggles staying in front of his men, how much of that is pain and how much is desire is up for debate. Washington has been 5.1 points per 100 possessions better with Wall off the court this season. Sure, Washington's brass thought this was a 50-win team this season, but there comes a point where reality sinks in. At this point in what appears to be a lost season, getting Wall healthy may be the smart move for everyone. Remember, Wall's 5-year max contract extension kicks in next season. What that means for the Wizards' trade deadline and off-season also could be interesting. Wall is untradeable, but does this make it less likely Washington would move on from Bradley Beal? Andrew Wiggins' 5-year max contract kicks in this season, $25.5 million this season, $148 million total, and he has not lived up to the payday, his game regressing each of the past 2 seasons, ever since he signed the contract. This season he's averaging 16.6 points per game and taking and making a few more threes a night, but inside the arc he's struggling. His 49.3 true shooting percentage is woeful. He has been a below-average player who has frustrated teammates, coaches, and fans. Heck, he even forgot to put his jersey on before Friday's game. In that game against the Hawks, Wiggins shot 5 of 12 from the free throw line, drawing a few boos from the fans in the Target Center. Wiggins' response was to take a shot at the fans, via the USA Today. That's fans for you. We've got some expletive fans and we've got some good fans. That's just how it works, Wiggins said. Wiggins is not winning the crowd over. Not that he cares. For the record, Wiggins is shooting 71.7% from the free throw line. This was just an off night in an aspect of his game. There just seem to be a lot of those. Karl Anthony Towns is the future of the Timberwolves, but if this franchise is going not only return to the playoffs but also return to team on the rise status, it needs Wiggins to be the no. 2 player he is being paid to be, not a replacement level, or below, guy. We only see elite Wiggins in flashes, and if that doesn't change, this is not the last time he will hear boos. Just before the start of training camp in 2017, Dwayne Wade signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers, reuniting with LeBron James to make another title run. Just like Miami, but with less Peruvian ceviche and more pierogies. We all know how that ended. Wade was traded to Miami at the deadline and is finishing his career there, but Wade went into Cleveland with his eyes wide open. He knew LeBron was headed to Los Angeles, the future Hall of Famer told Joe Vardon of The Athletic. LeBron, first of all, he's a guy who always plays his cards close to the vest, but I knew his ultimate goal was to be in Los Angeles, Wade told The Athletic. He recruited me and he talked to me about signing there, Cleveland, and I said, listen, I know you might not be there long, you're gonna be a free agent and there are some things that might happen, and we'll have a conversation. I just thought I'd make it through the season first. It didn't work out that way. Why did Wade sign in Cleveland then? To chase a ring. That's why I signed there in the first place, Wade said. If I had known that was gonna happen, the trade, I wouldn't have signed there. It's gonna be an item on my resume that's hard to understand, but it happened. I know I filled my role while I was there, as a veteran and a leader. At least I can say I made some really cool relationships with the people who were there. Cleveland was a mess last season, when LeBron was able to will to the finals anyway. However, it took a mid-season roster shakeup of trades, which included Wade and Isaiah Thomas going out, to make that happen. In the end, the trade was best for Wade. He got to go home, and the Cavaliers. But Wade knew he was not going to Cleveland for a long time anyway. He knew it was going to happen the next summer before the rest of the league was sure.